Hi, everybody. 5:35 on a Thursday, getting closer to Christmas weekend. By the way, behind me, that's a little bit of rain in Texas, up through Oklahoma and Kansas, some moisture up into Chicago. None of this is winter weather. So remember Thanksgiving weekend, we had an absence of big storms. And because of that, airlines were generally thought, I reported to be anyway, in pretty good shape. And getting into this Christmas weekend, an absence of cold air, and with that, an absence of any significant winter storms across the lower 48 as well. So just to throw that out there. All right, what's going on? This is really pretty. That's the Portland Spirit landing camera looking at the Tilcomb Crossing. And you can see the clear skies. If you were in Portland today, you know we had a lot of sunshine. We hit 51 degrees. Notice the observation in Salem, 43 with mist. I talked about this on KGW's Sunrise Show this morning, the fact that much of the valley would not clear out today. We did around Portland up into Vancouver, but down through much of Yamhill County, parts of Washington County, out toward Hillsborough, and then certainly down south through Salem and through Albany, most areas stayed cloudy and some stayed foggy. I mean, there's Hillsborough at 41 degrees right now and fog. It never cleared out. It was amazing. You know that the east winds went flat. This was interesting to me. We had east winds last night until about 3 o'clock in the morning coming out of the gorge. And then at 3 a.m., the winds just disappeared. They went flat. And Troutdale had calm to west winds at 3 all morning into early afternoon. Now those east winds have come back a little bit, but still only blowing out near Troutdale. What's the report right here? East-southeast of 15 miles per hour. There are east winds at Crown Point gusting to 53 right now, and Corbett gust to 43. It's interesting how those winds kind of stay on that. We've talked about this on that horizontal plane aloft, and a lot of that never really gets into the valley, and the wind doesn't come over the Cascade gaps either. So that's one reason why the calm wind fields. A lot of you failed to see the sun today. You only had high temperatures between about 41 and 45. Again, Portland had the sun, and we got up to 51. Okay, we have rain coming tomorrow. We have snow coming to the Cascades tomorrow. So take a look at this. So don't worry about that low spinning off California. That's not having any impact on us at all. I'm looking at the left side of the screen. But see this trough right in here, right there, the back edge of the clouds. That's the front that is moving pretty quick. It's quickly coming in tomorrow morning, and we'll have rain here by first thing into the valley. And there's actually a little bit of ridging back behind this for a dry Saturday. It's tough to tell. You see some ridging contours right here. That's going to build. And then this next system that looks ferocious right now actually starts going mainly up to the north, and we kind of get the tail end of it for just a little bit of rain on Sunday, but not very much. You see the lightning strikes down off the California coast, but we're all dry right now up in Oregon and Washington, not looking for any instability, meaning no stormy weather, no lightning, no thunder over the next couple of days. Okay, I've got a lot I want to get you through. This is tomorrow morning, and this is that front coming in tomorrow. It's been well advertised. So this is about 4 in the morning with the rain approaching the coast and raining up into the Long Beach Peninsula. And then it looks like rain into Portland between 6 and 7 o'clock hour. And then it's quickly moving up into the Cascades. So some of the modeling is showing that snow levels that start at 5,000 feet initially and then lower down to 2,000 feet. Those snow levels lower quickly in the morning, and we have accumulating snow over Cascade passes by 9 or certainly no later than 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Now, this is a good band of solid moisture right now, right? This is the national blended model, and this is like the Futurecast movies we show you on TV. So it's meant to mimic. It's meant to mimic what the radar is actually going to look like. So this is mid-morning tomorrow. But notice how this would be 11 o'clock in the morning. Now we're approaching the noon hour. And look at what was a solid band of moisture just quickly go scattered. And that's one reason why we're forecasting inches of snow in the Cascades, and like that many inches where we need a lot more. But you see how quickly it goes scattered. And then by late in the afternoon, going into the evening, the scattered showers just become fewer and fewer. The snow rates in the mountains quickly turn into flurries. And by the time you wake up Saturday morning, it's all going to be dry. Now, what this shows you is snow projections, everything in blue. So this is obviously showing some accumulating snow in the Cascades, but the numbers are small. But what this is basically showing you is at pass level, 3 inches of snow in the southern Oregon Cascades, up through Willamette Pass, about 3 inches in Santiam Pass, and 3 inches or less by the time you get to Government Camp around Mount Hood. Now you can see there's 7 inches up around Mount Rainier, and a little bit more. These purple areas are more like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 inches of snow in the northern Washington Cascades. But clearly this is, again, is inches of snow and not feet of snow, which is a line I've been using on TV a lot this week. So here's my Mount Hood snow forecast. First in the morning, it's rain, but then it quickly changes to snow. Snow levels go 5 all the way down to 2,000 feet, an impressive little push of cold air. Anywhere from, I think, at least 2 on Highway 26 at Government Camp to as much as 6 inches at Timberline. Because of how quickly this solid rain band is going to break into showery precipitation, I keep kind of lowering the rain amounts. I think, or the snow amounts. I think at one time I was going 4 to 10, and now I'm down 2 to 6. Again, 2 Government Camp, 6 Timberline. We'll see. Boy, the resorts are really trying to hang on. They need any snow they can get. Saturday's dry. Sunday is that weak system I mentioned. It's a wet mix with snow levels 5 going down to 4,000 feet, maybe a couple inches of snow after kind of a rainy mix at Timberline, not much. And then Monday, look what happens. What we don't need. Snow levels go back to 6,000 feet. So this is rain all the way up through Timberline base. This is Christmas Day. If you're going to go up to Mount Hood Meadows Christmas Day, it's going to be all rain at the base and kind of a wet mix higher on the mountain. Tuesday, even worse. Snow levels go up to 7,000 feet. And we get back into these above normal temperatures at night and above normal temperatures in the 40s during the day. We've lost quite a bit of snow up on the mountain over the last week just because of the above normal temperatures at night. Now, with that said, Timberline is still holding on to a 21-inch base. Meadows is 17. It's basically no snow on the ground at Government Camp or Skibo. I mean, there's some patches, but that's about it. Again, I'd like to thank my sponsor, my Mount Hood ski forecast page, Hillcrest. And if you are going to be traveling, Hillcrest is out in Gresham, great ski sports store. If you are going to be traveling, this is a great page for you to bookmark. It's on my website, portlandweather.com. Click on the Mount Hood page, easy to find. It has that ODOT camera, 44 degrees right now, Highway 26 at Government Camp. And sometimes I get some of you asking me about the Siskiyou Summit. Well, here are the other passes. There's the Coast Range, US 26. There's I-5 at Siskiyou Summit. Right now, 42 degrees, all clean. Not seeing any wintry issues over any of our passes through the Thanksgiving holiday weekend. I'm just not seeing any problems. There's Santiam Pass, there's Willamette Pass, there's Cabbage Hill out 84. So again, lots of great passes for you to look at. And there's more passes around Government Camp and US 26 at Frog Lake if you're going over into the Bend area. There's that interchange getting you to Mount Hood Meadows. So again, lots of great information on this page. And this reminds you of what some of the past elevations are. There's Government Camp, 4,026. All right, enough on that. Let's show you, this is the American GFS model, and this is I'm going to animate the surface map. The green areas are the models showing absolute precipitation, okay? So let me take you through this. And we'll start with tomorrow morning. All right, this is tomorrow morning. And again, you're looking for these little contour breaks. Let me back this up for a second. Okay, here's tomorrow morning. This is about 4 a.m. And the front would be right where my mouse is, right where, see I'm just tracing where the contour dips are, the troughing. So that's the front. These dashed lines are what they call thickness lines. They measure, it's an indice for density of the air mass. It's what forecasters use to tell how warm or how cold the air mass is at the lower levels, okay? And when the lines are packed close together and they're blue, that's cold air packing. So that's that rapid snow level drop coming in tomorrow with the moisture coming in steady at first in the morning hours. I'll go ahead and play this into 4 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. Now you've got the front that's pushed over the Cascades, but it really weakens as it does so. But you've got, see the blue lines dipping. This is all cooler air coming in, showery precipitation. Here's the big high offshore where you see the H that quickly comes in for Saturday. So here's Saturday morning. I mean, we're right in the middle of the high. That's flat out calm conditions. Assuming the clouds break somewhat Friday night, which I think they will, we'll see freezing temperatures and frosty conditions Saturday morning. There's no wind to speak of, but I think it makes sense that we have a good chance of seeing some developing sun during the day with light winds. Notice we're absolutely dry. There's a big high on a Saturday. That's a very high confidence forecast. Once we get to Sunday, the forecast is still kind of touch and go with a lot of uncertainty. I'm going to stop this at, here we are around, 5 a.m. Sunday morning. So Notice how the big high that was centered over us is now over into Idaho and Wyoming. Here's the next front. Notice the little dips. If you're doing a surface analysis, you would draw the cold front right in here, okay? This is dry Sunday morning. Dry out in the gorge, dry everywhere, all right? Now, this may be underdoing the moisture somewhat. There's another moisture model I look at that certainly shows by late morning, there's the chance, or even mid-morning, there could be some light showers at the coast. But in terms of measurable precipitation, this doesn't show much. Now we're getting into the afternoon. Just now, this is 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Nothing in the gorge, a little bit in Astoria and Portland. Now, in reality, I think Sunday is a cloudy day, and the deeper moisture models that I show you sometimes at 10,000 feet would indicate that certainly by the noon hour, we could see light rain showers here in Portland. We could see what I think by noon would be light rain showers out in the gorge. Temperatures will be chilly Sunday in the gorge, but I think they'll be above freezing and not really worried about that. Now, so Sunday, some light precipitation. See, now I'm looking at these red contours. Here's the low back here. Let me just play this into early Monday morning. This is early Monday morning at 4 a.m. Big low. And see the red, and now see how there's a little, if I can draw a warm front right in here where the contours kind of bend. So this is not a cold front. Now this is a push of warm air, Christmas Day. Notice how it's pushing rain inland, even in the morning hours. And we see these surface isobars are called, the contours. We call them isobars of the surface, lines of equal pressure. When they're tight together like that, that's wind. Now, most of the wind stays offshore. And notice how these, follow my mouse around this red line. That's just a tremendous surge of warm air. That's why snow levels going into Monday night and Tuesday are going to be back up to 7,000 feet, okay? And the facts, now here we are Sunday during the day. I'm going to stop it at 4 p.m. Christmas Day. Here's 4 p.m. Christmas Day. Notice this shows most of the measurable rainfall offshore. But again, there's a deeper moisture layer that this is not showing, so I think there will be at least occasional light rain on and off throughout the day on Christmas Day. But notice what this does show is the bulk of this weather system stays out, right? I mean, here's the coastline. Look at my mouse. There's Portland. Here's the Oregon coast, the Washington coast. Here's the storm center way out with the deeper moisture still offshore. That's why the forecast has been tough to pinpoint, because we have these storms just sitting offshore. Are they going to hold, or are they going to come in? Are they going to throw just enough deep cloud cover our way till we get a little bit of light rain at times? And that's what the forecast has been kind of back and forth on the last several days. Now, again, this is getting into Christmas night. I'm going to play it into Tuesday morning. Tuesday morning, we're definitely warm. So if you're traveling, these are all high snow levels. Any moisture is rain over the Cascade passes. Any moisture would be rain down over the Siskiyou Summit too. Going out over the Blues, 84, everything would just be rain, okay? This is a warm weather pattern. Tuesday morning, we've got a brand new low out here. It's a very active Pacific system. It's just that so far, none of the storm fronts have actually come in. They've all kind of neared the coast and then curled up to the north. That's what this next one's doing. Here's a brand new warm front. This is Tuesday, snow level 7,000 feet. But notice, again, it's kind of curling up top. And then it looks like at some point Wednesday, or at least Wednesday night, we finally get a front coming in. So some of the other model, the European model, has a front coming in as early as Wednesday morning. This is the American GFS model, and it shows it's more like Wednesday evening. Look at the contours. Here's the cold front. See that that dashed line is a 4,000 foot snow level returning. So there's some snow over the Cascades Wednesday night into Thursday. Okay, and then there's a little break. This is Thursday, not much going on. Into Friday morning, not much going on. Now we're getting the New Year's weekend, not much going on. Saturday morning. Here we are Saturday afternoon, a little bit of weak moisture would try to give us a chance of rain. Are you in? I'll keep going because you might be interested. Here's New Year's Eve. Oh my goodness gracious. A lot of time for this to change, but that is a really wet front approaching with a rainy New Year's Eve into a rainy New Year's Day. So we'll see if any of that comes true. Okay. If you're still with me, you found that interesting. I hope you did. It's what we're looking at, these storms kind of not coming inland. And what we end up with is this 7-day. Rain in the mornings, solid through mid-morning, and then scattered rain showers. Temperatures fairly steady tomorrow, 42 to 49 in Portland. A dry Saturday, clouds of sun, the frosty start, light winds. Sunday, cloudy skies. Again, a little bit of rain develop. It's going to be dry to start and maybe still dry through much of the morning. But eventually, during the day, I think we'll have at least some traces of rain coming. It won't be much. 44 the high, enough clouds to kind of keep us down. And then here we go, Christmas Day, 38 to 50 degrees. Now we're getting into that warm surge. We've got, again, not a lot of total rain. The latest models show Christmas Day could have 15/100ths of an inch of rain. It's mostly light stuff. And then Tuesday, we're still in that warm surge, 53. Look at the lows, look at the highs. Good grief. Thursday, though, the front hasn't come in yet. And then there's the front, and we cool down into Thursday. One thing I didn't mention real quick, remember I showed you those contours, those isobars that were tightly packed, and I said that's windy, but that's mainly offshore. Some of the modeling is hinting that Christmas Day going into Tuesday, especially up in elevation, if you're watching and you live at 1,000 feet in elevation, maybe you do have south winds to 30 miles per hour gusting at 1,000 feet Christmas Day and Tuesday. And perhaps the coast has some winds gusting between 40 and maybe 50 plus at some point in there, the latter part of Christmas Day and the Tuesday. Just some things we're watching, okay? I'm meteorologist Rod Hill. This is my YouTube channel. Thanks for subscribing. I'll talk to you soon.